Welcome along, guys. Welcome back to the garage of fun and the beautiful GSXR, which is coming along rather smashingly. Well, in this episode we've done a lot of stuff to this bike. I'm not going to go through what we've done again, it'll take longer than the actual video, but in this one there's one thing which has been really letting the bike down and getting on my testicles, getting on my tits. The build's going really well, almost done now. This is probably the penultimate episode of the build, for now anyway, but everything's going well. Some lovely bits on the bike now, but one thing has been really letting it down. Well, two things really, and that is the chain and the sprockets. They're disgusting. They've done a whole winter, so not last winter gone, the winter before, that was used to commute every day. The chain is fine, but the sprockets, it's just dirty, grubby. It's letting the whole show down. So what we have today is more gold bling. This isn't a sponsored video because I'm not being paid to make this video, but Sports Bike Shop have provided me one of their chain and sprocket kits for the GSXR to test out. So this is a Renthal rear sprocket, lightweight Renthal sprocket. It's a Sigma 525 chain. I could have gone down to a 520 chain conversion to save a bit of weight, but it's not a race bike, it's a road bike, so I'll stick with the 525 without having, because a lot of power that bike, the standard one's fine, but we've gone bling. And a lightweight Renthal front sprocket as well. Also, but rather than getting all ghetto on the install and getting the angle grinder out, I've actually got a decent Venhill chain braking kit. So it'd be interesting to do this the proper way, without having to angle grind off the pinheads. There's nothing wrong with that, but this has got a proper chain braking kit in it. Decent bit of kit from Venhill, so looking forward to trying that out. So let's get cracking. Chain cracking, braking. Now let's get started. Okay, so here's the good stuff. 525 chain in gold, beautiful. 16 tooth front sprocket, or could be 17, I'm not sure. Standard gearing anyway. The Renthal anodized gold sprocket, and this is the chain braking tool I mentioned. Let me crack it open. So I've used cheaper versions of this. This is from Venhill. Which is a British company. They do a lot of braided lines, a lot of brake line stuff they're known for, but they also do all sorts of tools and stuff. So I mean, this has got, you know, these are the things which normally break. Proper little billet pins to pushing the pins out, so I shouldn't have to resort to an angle grinder, I hope. So let's see. So we've got different sizes there. You know, it's a pucker bit of kit. I think it's about 70 quid. Now I've got the bike off the stand for this because I need to be able to lock the back wheel while I try and undo the front sprocket. So the front sprocket is under this cover somewhere. Not sure how to get it off yet. I may have to take off the quick shifter linkage again. Get a socket on, undo the front sprocket, and I need the bike on the ground so I can, you know, apply the rear brake. But there's the actual chain of sprocket. The sprocket is pretty grim. It's really letting the side down. Covers off. Just those two bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom, to pull that off, easy peasy. And I just managed to get this off just by removing the top and just pulling it away like that. And if you can just about see my little bit of permanent Sharpie marker, just so I can line it up the spine when I put it back on. But that's that. So let's find us, first of all, get a socket that fits that big bugger. Sit on the bike, hold the rear brake on, and try and undo this while locking the bike in gear. It's always a bit tricky, this bit. Oh, that's not good. It doesn't feel nice at all. What is going on? Time to YouTube. Okay, that's it loosened. What a job. The only way I could get it undone was to put a breaker bar in between the back wheel and then it locked as I tried to undo it. I had to revert to YouTube, so I thought maybe it's reverse threaded, an anti-clockwise thread, because it was so tight. But thankfully, she's loose. Oh, what a bugger that was. One of those things where you start working on your bike and you think, why did I actually start this job? I should have given it to a professional. There's the goddamn mother. I think I've done the back in now as well. No! Because sometimes what I'd done before is probably angle grind one of these heads of the rivets off and then just bang it through with a hammer and a pin. this should be able to be strong enough to push this pin out and overcome that flaring on the edges. Let's see. So there's a little hole in the end of the other side, and that is what the pin pushes through on. So you line that up with the pin you're going to break it on. Line that out a bit more. Line it up on your pin. Unfortunately, I don't have this as like a 30mm spanner, so I'm going to have to go a little bit ghetto to hold this, and then just wind that in. Yep, it's doing it. It's doing it. There it is. Semi pushed through, so I just got to carry on winding now. Push that bad boy right out. There is the extracted pin. Lovely new sprocket on. So what I've got to do now is loosen the nuts on the sprocket. Look at the state of that sprocket. It's pretty grim, isn't it? I think that may be going to a spicy 110 for a Chop's garage clock, because my clock is broken in here, so I have to speak to Spicy, get a clock made out of it. Bloody hell. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Now, I do wish I'd actually bought some nice sprocket nuts now. I can change those later though, I guess, one at a time. I can swap those over once it's refitted. Let's just check it is the right kit. Yeah, seems to be. Well, it's apart, needs a wipe. Okay, so that's the wheel back in. Just you know, hand tight the other side, because I'm going to have to probably play with the adjusters when we try and get the chain at the right length. So we've got the new front sprocket on, not tightened up that yet until obviously all the chains on. We've got the new rear sprocket on. Now we've just got to refit the chain. So here it is. Here is the chain. That's the split link. Well, it's not a split link, it's a new rivet. A new rivet link we have to refit. So let's get it on. It's all covered in goop. I don't want that gloop. I hate a gloopy chain, so I'm going to clean that off before I run it and put some dry chain lube on before that flicks everywhere. But we'll do that in a minute. I'll fit it first and let's go from there. Let's take it up. Always easy to work on a bike if it's up level with your chest. So already it's looking a damn sight better with that lovely gold sprocket on there. When the gold chain is on as well, ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to control myself. Let's put it on here, start winding it on. I find is the best way to do this. Oh, it's tight. There we go, around there, along the bottom. Let's get in there. Oh, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad, that. I'll just have to bring it forward a little bit on the adjusters, and I think they can marry up quite nicely. It's important to fit the O-rings. 2 O-rings which go this side. Slide that through. You should, hopefully, push through like so. Oh, it's mucking sticky. 2 O-rings go on this side, filled with grease. These are already packed with grease. Right, now we need the riveter. So bring that around the back. It should sit on those rivets. Slide that piece onto there. Job. Needs a little bit more of a push through on that left hand link. It's just not quite enough. Oh, that's hard. Look at that beauty. That ain't going nowhere. The bike is naked. Quick, don't look at her. Because today she is going for a remap. I don't know if you can hear, just in the distance there, that's my bike on the dyno at this moment. Mr. X has now made some adjustments to the map offline. So plugging the ECU back into his laptop. Here it goes. Made some adjustments. Now they've then been written back to the ECU now, and we're doing the first run on the dyno to see how far out we are. Could be a long day. We're going to have a little spin to see what I can expect. This is going to be tuned per cylinder, so it's not tuned at the tailpipe, which is where all of the headers gases combine. This is actually being mapped at 2 cylinders. I think it's cylinder 2 and cylinder 4.